In 1975, when I was born, New York City was not exactly known to be the welcoming tourist metropolis it is today.
Welcome to Fear City.
It's a Halloween morning with the Barbershop Duet.
Hi, I'm Marcus Klinger with Klinger Vocal Studio.
And I'm Sarah Vincent with Sarah Vincent Virtual Pilates.
On Wednesdays and Saturdays.
We are the Barbershop Duet.
Hey, y'all, come on in. Thank you for finding our little barbershop. If you happen to be here during one of the live premieres on YouTube, why? Come on in the live chat. Meet the Whiff Pack, a cool group of friends hanging out from all over the world. They'd love to meet you too.
They would. And for our mention today, in case you want it to smell like dirt, Sterling Soap now has you covered with this bar soap. From the sales page, Dirt captures the raw, comforting essence of freshly turned earth from a sun-warmed field. Rich, loamy, and faintly mineral, with a subtle, damp, mossy undertone that evokes the quiet thrill of digging into fertile soil after spring rain. It's grounding and unpretentious, a whisper of petrichor and warm clay that clings softly to the skin, inviting you to breathe in the simple, elemental beauty of nature's foundation.
I've often heard it said an ounce of attention is worth a pound of manure. Well, y'all, my grandpa had a farm. E-I-E-I-O. This smells more like dirt than dirt does. I don't know how, but it is also, strangely, a rather clean scent. How are you getting?
That's what I was going to say. I would not have smelled this and immediately thought dirt. If you flip it upside down.
Oh, I totally would have thought dirt. I went right to the gutter.
I immediately got outdoors, but I don't know if I would have gotten deep in the soil. There's something oddly clean and refreshing. Maybe it's the petrichor side that I'm getting, but it's funny. You think this would be a super dark bar soap, but no, it is actually looking pretty clean.
What if there's dirt extract? And what is our soap today?
We have Fear City from Strike Gold Shave. Let's meet it.
And as we dive in, we wanted to say a special thank you to Frank at Strike Gold Shave for sending this out for free to review. Thanks, buddy. From the sales page at Strike Gold Shave, Fear City was a nickname given to New York City in the 1970s. New York City?
Get a rope.
Especially around 1975, when the city was facing a severe financial crisis, rising crime, and major budget cuts to the police and city services. The term really took off when a group of NYPD officers' unions launched a campaign against proposed cuts to the police department. They handed out a pamphlet called Welcome to Fear City, a survival guide for visitors to the city of New York to tourists arriving at airports and bus terminals.
The pamphlet had a black cover with a skull on it and offered warnings like, stay off the streets after 6 p.m. Do not take the subway. Avoid public parks. Protect your property. The union's goal was to pressure city officials into restoring funding by making the public aware and scared of what could happen with fewer cops on the street. At the same time, New York really did have a reputation for danger in that era. High crime rates, arson, muggings, and neighborhoods struggling with poverty. Movies like Taxi Driver and The Warriors captured that gritty, unsafe image of New York City in the 70s and early 80s.
I'm walking in! You know that shot was accidental? The guy that almost actually hit him? Designed for the modern shaver who respects tradition but lives bold. Family owned, law enforcement owned, 100% made in the USA. Available exclusively at StrikeGoldShave.com. Shave like a patriot. Crafted in our updated, slicker, more nourishing soap base and paired with a reformulated aftershave splash for optimal post-shave comfort and projection. Well, this ties in with my world a little bit when Walt Disney Productions wanted to start doing Broadway shows and bring Beauty and the Beast to New York. They had to go to the mayor and say something very similar. We can't bring families into Times Square the way it looks now.
Giggity.
And an absolutely insane overhaul happened. Y'all, Times Square is not the same, but why don't you do a little time traveling with us today while we go back to 1975 and open the box. This is how it comes from Strike Gold Shave. And y'all, here's why I love the wet shaving world. They're not just gonna mention the pamphlet, they're gonna recreate it for you. Let me say, oh my God, I'm gonna need my glasses. Are you out of your mind? Is this the actual pamphlet? No. It's got the ShaveDad logo. It's a ShaveDad soap? This is the ShaveDad soap! Yo, this is the ShaveDad group on Facebook, and Jerry Plessy, its owner and proprietor, was one of our very first friends in all of the wet shaving world. An awesome guy who knows everything about the wet shaving world, and if he doesn't, somebody on his group does. It is an awesome place to hang out and post your shave of the day.
Let me see if I can just read the bullpup.
Okay.
1, stay off the streets after 6 p.m. They haven't had that. Do not walk. Yeah, I think this is kind of more of the list of what they said.
Do not deposit valuables in the hotel vault. It's like the Wild West, y'all. Oh, but there is a small artistic addition for the shave soap. It says shave until all fear is gone. And there's the ShaveDad and the Strike Gold logo.
All right, back to the soap.
All right, let's see what we got here. Let's see, wrapped up nice and pretty. There it is.
big
Look at
time.
that. Beautiful, y'all, reminiscent of the original pamphlet. I have loved my Spumoni splash ever since we opened that one, and I am excited to have a second one from Strike Gold Shave. And look at this.
It kind of looks like someone could have drawn this with a Sharpie or marker or something.
I think the original was actually created like that. All right, y'all, well, come along with us down to Times Square. Jump on the A train. It is time for a first impression. 5 ounces, very generous. Are you ready for me to take this first impression
please.
of my own? All
You
right,
be
here
brave.
we go. I am Shaky Clam going in alone. Y'all, here we go. They say you shouldn't go out at night. So far. Oh, it's a lovely citrus woody cologne slash aftershave. I'm putting this somewhere between 1960 and 2015. Is that general enough? No, but it's got hints going all the way back to like Black Label. It's got some Aqua di Gio stuff going on in here. This is lovely. It's like a greatest hits of the aftershave scent notes. Okay, for me, the two bookends are woody and citrusy, but they're kind of designed to like click together somehow in the middle. I'm getting bergamot. Lovely. I know, in a shave soap, bergamot, how dare they? But then that's meeting with a beautiful Shifra kind of white wood scents on the other side. It's not cedar. It's going spicy. It's going herby. Ooh, this is a morning afternoon scent. Perfect for fall. Love this. Hold on.
It doesn't sound very scary, I gotta say.
Oh, no. I am not quaking in my boots. That much is for sure. No, if somebody walked up to me and smelled like this, I'd probably just give them my wallet. You have to mug me. The tiniest wisp of a burnt sugar or a burnt cinnamon across the top, just to give you the idea that something sweet is happening in here, but this does not go farther than 2 or 2.5 on a sweet scale of 10, and yet the charm is all here. The natural sweets are coming through on that bergamot and that woody spice. The intensity's nice and mellow, sitting at a 2, 2.5, something like that. I don't think there's anything floral I'm really sensing in here. Maybe just something under the surface, something barbershop-y, violet, maybe something like that, but it's gentle. And then at the top, it doesn't go sweet, it goes tangy. It's got almost like a mouth-watering thing that's not gourmandy. It's more almost orange peel, maybe a tiny bit of neroli to give this a tiny sense of soap going on in here, but it's nice. Yeah, it goes woodier without going darker. So nothing as dark as oud or tobacco going on in here, which is kind of surprising. I thought like Times Square back then. Well, I don't think you actually want this to smell like Times Square back then. And you know what's funny? It's more confident and commanding than it is like friendly. I know there are certain soaps we have that like my 7-year-old niece would go crazy for.
Right.
But this one would be more like, there's a nice businessman standing over there.
So a little more on the masculine cologne side, pushing for that.
I think so. Now, y'all, this is super on the natural side. So this is not the hotel lobby kind of sense that I get from, well, ironically, New York from Holy Cow. It's not that.
Okay.
This is for the gentleman who wears bay rum in the summer, who likes to smell like natural herbs and grasses and woods and things like that. But this is more for the fall kind of a sense. And I know it has bookends of super modern and super vintage, but I'm going to say the modern wins. The vintage parts are just echoes back into the past that this scent knows what shoulders it's standing on. But the entire picture it's presenting is a modern gentleman.
Do we have anything similar to this in our den? Like, is it more of like a cologne homage kind of side, or it's kind of its own thing?
I would say it's definitely a cologne homage, but I would kind of think almost like if you took an Aqua di Gio and gave it a giant dose of autumn.
Okay.
Kind of a thing.
Other
That
season.
might put you in the neighborhood of what's happening here. It's not as limey. It's not floral at all, kind of a thing. Way more into the woods.
Okay.
And the balance is fabulous. So it's not like these scent notes are sitting on their own, as it very often happens. It's almost like an ombre gradient color where it starts at the woods and just changes subtly, gently, all the way through, and then you're left with the citruses on the other side. What a lovely scent this is, Frank.
Okay,
Take it
I'm
in,
intrigued.
see what you get. I'm curious to know where you place this on the masculine-feminine scale, because it could kind of be anywhere. All right, take it in, see what you get.
Now I'm even more intrigued here. Oh, there's the pour for those who like to see.
You know, especially in the modern era where Joe Malone is doing everything he's doing with the woods and sages and those unisex. I don't know.
Okay.
Just stall there. Take it. See what you get. What you got? Feel like you're getting mugged? Looking behind you?
No, I'm not scared, but there is something that it starts off cleaner, but then there's a fall thing in there, and I'm not sure it's a secret kind of weapon herb action. I don't know. Maybe that's more the classic aftershavy side that you were hinting at. Something in the herbs and the spices, but they don't go the green herbs. They go more the burgundy, kind of warmer side of the natural herbs. And then at the end, I kind of feel like I am in an older building or a place. Like I less of a person, but more of a location.
Right.
There's something about where I'm at. I don't get floral, but I get clean. And there's something at the beginning. It might be citrusy, but it's not the gourmandy citrus. It's just something bright. Like you mentioned sunshine earlier, and that's totally like I do feel like there's sun out. It's a daytime, start the day kind of a scent.
Right.
I don't know if I reach for this as much at night. There's something about it that's like starting your day.
Well, it'd be too scary. Got to put it in the freezer.
I don't really think we have anything like this in our den. Like it's something about it, or at least how it's being put together. It's like you're getting to know a whole new scent somehow. Like I really do get some sort of a fabric kind of a scent. It's clean though. And that's, I think, coming with the citrusy at the beginning. The spices are there, but they just have like a nice fun charm to them. I'm trying to think of what I would say if I didn't know what this was called or anything, and I just took a whiff. There is something kind of like a throwback aftershave-y kind of a thing.
Yeah.
But there's like a warm 70s vibe to it too.
The woods in this are similar.
Is that what it is?
Those 60s aftershaves.
Yeah, and I almost get like, you know, like not a tweed vibe, but there's some kind of a texture of like those older couch material.
Yeah.
Not that this smells old, but there's some that has a scent, and I'm getting kind of like that wool suit. There's something in there that my brain associate with the 70s.
Doppelganger oxblood.
Okay,
That Centennial one. Kind of land that in there.
Planet Phoenixy, that warmer, not green. If you could turn
Not sweet, but
no,
yeah.
But if you could turn that into like a burgundy brown color, that's where my nose is at.
Well, y'all come along with us. We're going to look at these scent notes and make a lather that's going to shine like the top of the Chrysler building. All right, y'all, back to the sales page at strikegoldshave.com. We start with top notes of...
Oh, lime, neroli, there's the citruses, lavender.
Oh, I said violet, but I did say it was a barbershop
You did.
wall. I'm taking credit for that, too.
Bitter orange, so that's what's taming it down. Oh, and metallic notes. Hold on a second.
Told you we were going to the subway. Can you get a little bit of a lovely metallic note, almost like Green Witch Envy? Has kind of got that Gucci Envy metallic
Okay,
note.
now that I read it, yes, but I think that's what was putting me in a building or a location. Something in that is what was helping me go there. Yeah?
I'm looking at these mill notes, and I'm starting to have some fear. I missed some of these big time. These middle notes get dark, y'all, and I am not sensing them in the traditional ways in this. We start with black tea, and then ready, strap in, tobacco, gunpowder, leather. These are the roving street gangs. All right, pink pepper and woody notes. Hold on.
Okay.
I was not expecting that because I do not get a lot of darkness out of this scent, but not every part of the tobacco and gunpowder scents are dark. Could they have maybe gotten the silhouettes of those and brought them out, just wisps of tobacco or a little bit of the grounding sulfur and gunpowder? Could that be in this?
I think it's because of how well it's blended.
Right.
I can't pull those apart. So my brain was getting them at different rates. Like it was its own new version of a spice or something.
You know what it is, I think? You know how we were talking about how the sweet is super subdued and it's got an authority to it?
Yeah.
Y'all, think about tobacco, think about gunpowder, and think about leather. When your nose first senses them when you walk in the room, it doesn't dive down into their earthiness. It delivers to you a sense of how highly sweet they get, especially gunpowder, especially tobacco. So I think that little wisp of sweet in here is only being done with the darkest notes. And how crazy inspired is that? Because it means they're going to be there, but it means that the forms you're going to get from them are completely unexpected and doing a job completely different than you thought they would be doing. Well, it's New York in the 70s, all right.
I think the fun part for me is that they're familiar, but they're not. Like you kind of want to trust it, but you don't. And I think that's how it's happening. It's like how those are interlacing, that there's the parts of those whiffs that you do know, and then it kind of flips into something else.
And because it's only the sweet part of the gunpowder and not the sulfur-y part, that's why my brain kind of got it as a wood or something like that. But then again, as we dive down into the base notes, we are looking at, wow, I was wrong. Yeah, I was wrong about this. We're looking at patchouli, vetiver.
Oh!
Okay.
You guys are going to be excited.
Here we go. Strap in, Larry. Sinner!
I don't know this next word. What is that? Taquitos?
Tagetes. Tagetes have a sweet, fruity, and herbaceous odor with warm, pungent, and bitter notes, often compared to green apple and sour orange and resin.
Huh.
Y'all, there's almost a marigold hit in that for me. If it's going to be a floral, it's going to almost be a bitter, spicy one. If you live in California and you've smelled a California poppy, I'm sorry.
But that's funny because you kept wanting to say, I feel like there's a floral in here, but there's not. Right. And I think that's why it's disguised under this.
And finally, birch tar, a beautiful smoky essence. Y'all, they're here, but they are turned down so far and blending with the top notes so beautifully. They are not going to be in the form that you are expecting, but I am so glad to be able to get to know them being used like this, especially as we start perfuming our own stuff and getting to know our own raw materials. I wonder if there's a gunpowder absolute.
I don't think there's anything pokey in this scent. Like, it's very crowd pleasing, you know?
Beautifully balanced. And this is our Mystery Machine brush from Opus Brush, inspired by Scooby-Doo. I thought it was perfect if we're going to take something into Fear City today. And Sarah requested the deepest, darkest of our Vanille bowls. This is the honeycomb resin bowl that Monica makes deep in the heart of Texas. I'm not going to say they're great, but we got 4 of them. A little bougie stick and, a nice bite back with this base. I find the more bite back to your stick, the more lather you can make, generally. I'm just going to gently place this into the honeycomb divots and give it a little bath with our Sean and Julie Memorial Bougie Sprayer.
I'm actually very curious to lather this up. Now that we've read those scent notes, I have no idea what this is going to turn into.
All right, y'all. So step 1, I just want to transfer the soap onto the bristles of the brush. I don't want to build a lather yet. I don't want big bubbles. I don't want froth. I don't want foam. I almost just want to build a little paste here that's going to be like lather concentrate. If you need a little bit more water, you can grab it with the bristles, but generally you just want to leave it hanging out at the bottom of the bowl like that. Now you're going to go clockwise, counterclockwise, and about every 30 seconds turn the brush. Give the bristles a new orientation to come at that soap with.
I feel like I'm getting whiffs over here already. Oh my goodness.
It's really waking up. And then you can go grab the rest of the water when it's time to start building your lather. And look at that. You don't get any giant bubbles, no sea foam on your lather. And now it just starts coming out in earnest. Boy, we used to overflow these bowls like crazy. Now we're a little bit better at what we're doing.
I know, I didn't even realize we passed episode 650 until somebody said that. But think about how many lathers we've built if we do it for every episode and every shave.
Plus shaving. Sarah shaves every other day or so. I am a nightly shaver. Gotta have my ritual.
Lainey does not shave at all.
This is waking up beautiful. Is there tallow in this formula?
Please hold.
Let's see.
Yes, there is. Second ingredient.
Nice. What's the first? Stearic acid?
It is.
Oh, there's that 60s woody tang going on in the back of this. Old clary sage.
Yep.
Maybe, and this is something you will only find here in the Barbershop Duet. This is the A Train, Manhattan to Brooklyn with on 3, 1, 2. Oh, I see. That's a little bit more concentrated on the sweet part of it, on the citruses.
This is more real.
Spices, the patchouli, and those other things.
It's a little more cooler outside somehow. The metallic thing, the other spices, maybe it's the civet. The deeper, darker notes are helping kind of have a cool in the air. Maybe that's the fear side got turned up.
And I know what you're thinking. You two don't do shaving. I sure would like to see what that lather looks like when it coats and covers your face. Well, y'all, here you go. Look at this. Oh, I love my strike gold lathers. Y'all, look how that covers. Just beautiful. Textbook. You want a little bit of that?
Mm-hmm. Very, padded, puffy side to this build.
Yes. And y'all, why don't you come along with us? We're going to take this all the way downtown and go a little bit deeper. All right, y'all, it is time to try this phenomenal splash, and we have learned that there are often some mysteries and wonders to discover in the splash beyond how you sense the scent in the soap. All right, on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3, L'chaim.
I think they even said on the sales page it has more different changes to the splash, too.
I'm getting more of the orange.
Oh, the
getting more of the
spices.
citrus, the spices. Hold on. The black tea. Are you getting the black tea?
And I gotta say, whatever the vetiver, civet, patchouli, tagetes new thing, and birch tar, like those are adding a fun, higher side to this. Like the depth is really making the middle of this speak volumes.
It's like they modernized that 60s Shifra wood kind of
Smell good?
sense. I mean, it's still there, but it's just been given a sheen.
I gotta say, I know this is supposed to be Fear City, but oddly something in here is making me feel super safe. I don't understand.
Well, that's what it is. There's an authority to this. It's not a big old cuddly teddy bear. It is somebody that's going to help and protect you.
Which is oddly coming through loud and clear with the intention of the soap, even the pamphlet. Like that's the whole goal of this soap, was to make sure that people felt protected instead of being scared.
Right. Yeah, Johnny Carson just used to make jokes all the time about getting mugged in New York City. I mean, you couldn't watch a nighttime show without those kind of jokes. It was bad for a while.
Okay, I'm getting a little deeper now. The dry down's kicking in.
What do you got?
I think I'm getting a little more of the civet, the birch tar, the gunpowder, the leather, but in a whole like kind of burnt leather, maybe.
The patchouli. And it's funny, they've been given sort of a click with those top notes, so when they come together, you can't really see where that movement stops, but it helps them not stay too dark.
There's something about this that is the perfect fall scent. The sweet sides take you from summer into the fall season, so you've got to have this for a fun October-November thing.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised it's as crowd-pleasing as it is for how sweet it isn't. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So it's pretty simple, y'all. Just be Marcus asking his grandfather what New York City is like. And he's going to say, well, it's pretty crazy. I just had kind of a brief layover, so I grabbed a quick room, grabbed a shower, went downstairs, saw a movie. What'd you see? I don't know. I ran out of quarters before it was over. He definitely got his own. So, head over to Strike Gold Shave to find this and a bunch of other stuff I want. Well, I've had my shave, y'all, with Fear City, and you know what I love about this? Enough of a throwback so it's a little reminiscent of what a friend of ours might smell like when he jumps into a cab in Times Square in 1970, but also what it might be smelling like today to be standing on the observation deck of the Empire State Building at midnight on New Year's. Thank you, Strike Gold Shave, for this and a lather and base that is absolutely a joy to shave with, slick and protective, and as you saw, super easy to set up that lather, especially if you're a newbie. Frank, we will be back. Welcome to Messages.
So for our October giveaway, we wanted to give you a chance to get $25 to Happy Chap Shave.
Yeah, yo, so you can be a happy chap, and all you have to do to be eligible for this giveaway is send us an email here to WeSentYou at thebarbershopduet.com so we can get back to you. It's the only way we communicate about our giveaways, and then check back here on our first November episode to see if you are our lucky winner.
Best of luck.
I love how, after 650 soaps, we sort of knew what to expect from this. Little shades of modern freshies, little shades of deep woody aftershaves from the 50s, 60s, and 70s. But there's a giant part right in the middle to bring these unlikely friends together that I have never experienced before, and I am loving this one. Thank you, Frank, for sending this set out to us for free to review and believing in our little show. We sure believe in Strike Gold Shave.
I can't wait to see what else is coming out from ShaveDad. This was a sneak attack. I didn't even know this was coming.
And Jerry, thank you for making some of the most fun and iconic scents in our entire collection. Y'all keep your eyes on the ShaveDad site for new mysteries and wonders coming as the Christmas season gets closer.
Yeah, don't forget your next appointment with the Barbershop Duet.
You'll smell better just watching this.